Hey guys, and welcome to part 4 of Sonic Colors, and now we get to find out more about the Mad Doctor's diabolical evil plan.
What evil plan? No one takes him seriously anymore. He's as much a joke as Dr. Cortex.
Imagine the game of that, the three doctors come together.
Oh.
Eggman, Cortex, and Wily. How about that?
It would be a failure of grand proportions.
Well, they do have the Mega Man and Sonic crossover comics.
Did they? I don't think I ever saw that.
I've done 2 series of it now.
Finally, I don't think anything could have been more annoying than that cowboy chatter.
And now Cubot's got the pirate voice. And this is where his intelligence starts to go down, because like I said before, I think he's the smartest with the cowboy voice.
Really? Are you sure he doesn't normally speak in pirate? On the right side, he's
Like that one guy in Dodgeball, the movie, I believe. He keeps speaking like a pirate.
Shortly, I will have no need for those idiots.
Typical Eggman, uses his henchman and then stabs their back at the back. Aye.
When it is
Welcome to every video game villain ever made.
my amusement park, the greatest amusement park in the universe. I gloated so hard I pulled a muscle.
He gloated so hard he pulled a muscle.
All the writing in the cutscenes.
Now we've got the last 3 worlds to go to. Now you can go to these at any choice you want, and that unlocks the Egg Shuttle. So, but continuation, we're going to go to the home world, Planet Wisp.
Oh, bringing back bad memories of Generations.
This music is so beautiful.
Yeah, I love the music. This stage was really annoying in Generations, though, when going for an S rank.
But seeing how this place looked in Generations, part of me wishes they actually did a HD remake of Sonic Colors, because how beautiful it looked.
Did I just hear the Crash Bandicoot box sound?
Yes.
When you went for that fence?
Yes. But this is absolutely beautiful. One of my favourite stages in the game. Especially the music, and again, the music is so... Mwah.
Sonic, of course the music's gonna be awesome.
Sonic Chronicles and Lost World... No, not Lost World, Sonic Boom would like to have a word with you.
And some of Forces as well.
And here's the Spike Wisps. This allows you to cling onto any wall surfaces. And by pressing the B button, you can do the spin dash,
Yeah.
which speeds you up. And yeah, that's the only sound music it gets. Rocket!
You're gonna get fined for vandalizing.
Like I care. Which, fun fact actually, because this place is still under construction, there's no Eggman PA announcements, unfortunately.
For better or for worse?
I would say for worse, considering how hilarious they are. And all the eggplants here have worker helmets and pickaxes. Because again, this place is still under construction. In fact, there's even announcers in the world map, where if you highlight the world, Eggman will tell you what the place is before you go into it. If you highlight Planet Wisp, he'll say, "Welcome to Planet Wisp. This factory is still under construction, as it may not be dangerous enough for visitors yet." And there's the generator in the background that we have to destroy.
The generator is losing power.
Right, here comes the quick step challenges. You just do the quick step the moment you go onto the orange lines. And unfortunately, it's flicking the left stick, not pressing L or R on the GameCube buttons.
Because Unleashed had to press the shoulder buttons.
Aye. Forces had both options, actually. While the yeah, so did Generations actually. Now this is where it has alternate pathways. I'm gonna take this one where you use the rocket up here, and then you use Spike to climb onto the wall, and then get up to the top.
My head's spinning.
Oh, don't shut up, Sonic. You've been going over loops for how many years now? And level done.
Yay! Will we get that coveted S rank?
Yay!
Yay! Grab the lives.
Yep.
Because they will disappear, folks.
Or you won't be able to get them because, as you see in the results, Sonic will lock into this animation and he can't move. where he does his victory dance. He has a unique dance for every rank he has.
What's the lowest rank?
D.
What does he do when he gets that?
I'm not sure actually. I've never got D in my entire life in this game.
Because I know in Unleashed, if you got, what was it, E?
An E, yeah.
The music completely fucked up. And Sonic would like walk off screen or fall down the ground, all annoyed.
Like all ashamed of himself. This act is more of the platforming challenges where you got these platforms that move up and down.
Yeah, you got stop and go.
Aye. Oh, and these fuckers again. Oh. See what I mean? When it gets to cameras like this, you can barely see yourself.
Yeah, I had to put up with that constantly in one of the bonus stages for forces. Pickaxe. I'll take that pickaxe.
Oh, then again, this is not Shadow the Hedgehog where you can use weapons.
I wouldn't be caught dead using one of those things.
Ugh. It's just the amount of detail they put into these stages is really good.
Yeah, and this was on the Wii.
Aye. And this is me just collecting rings. What we introduced here is you can now move boxes actually, it's like move them like classic days, but if you hold down the boost button you can charge Sonic into a ball and cause him to throw the box faster and further to save time. Unfortunately, this section is where you're required to use the Frenzy Wisp, which you do not get until the very end of the game. So, it encourages you to go back. Ugh, these fucking things, and I've got no rings.
Pressure's on.
I'm fine now. Once you get up here, you're fine. I say nothing, I get it.
Unless you get whacked somehow by the pickaxe.
Or the spike balls clip through the top of the platform. There's a red ring down here. And I would say the problem about these other acts is that they, again, some of them use the same level design as a previous act,
yeah,
but only slightly different.
Forces had that problem as well, and it was a lot more apparent there.
And that's the second act done.
Let's see.
No, just a B.
Nope. Haha, so sad. Too bad. Goodbye. Do not pass go.
By the way, this music in the world map is really beautiful as well, especially when you listen to it, because like I said before, each of these map musics go for about 2 minutes before they loop.
Right.
This one is a quick step challenge, which is a little bit difficult than the one in Act 1, mainly because of these guys.
Oh.
And you have to be quick because to get the higher path, you have to bounce the egg robots into that one and try it like this.
So they don't knock you off.
Yeah. And here, I pull off an IGN and I jump over the jump rail. Yeah, but seriously, that review for IGN for Sonic Unleashed, that was fucking terrible.
Let's jump over the rail that we have to hit in order to avoid getting killed.
And they claim it's the game's fault when it's clearly the player's fault. In fact, Colin actually told me another review, I can't remember what it was, but it's a game based on an island, and an IGN gave it a low score and saying one of the reasons was because there's too much water. It's on a fucking island!
That might have been Pokemon Omega Ruby.
I think that's what I was saying, and that's become a meme. Why is this bad? Because there's too much water.
The whole end region, Gen 3 Ruby Sapphire and Emerald, and for Gen 6 Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, the whole end region requires you to use the Surf HM and it's really boring.
And this is where the controls can get you in the way because you've got precise platforming here. The control is good, but it's not perfect because there will be times where you'll slip off.
At least it's not Forces control. Let's see.
Ace!
Teabag.
It's to show my excitement.
Well, do have trigger happy here. Z, try again. Does it keep your rank if you press Z?
Nope.
So if you got an S rank and press C by mistake, it
doesn't save. You have to do it again.
Because your rank saves and forces on the results screen. And your collectibles.
Act 4. And actually in this act, I'm going to be getting all the red rings.
Ooh, watch out, we got a badass over here.
Now watch when you get to this drift section here. If you drift too far, you will fall off the other side because they're bottomless pits.
Is this the last game to have a drift?
No, Generations.
Ah.
Where they actually fixed the drift, because the drift on Unleashed was kinda like it wasn't sharp enough. Even if you'd hold all the way, say, to the right, you're still going to slide to the left.
Yeah, it required very specific spacing in order to pull
But then they
off, right?
fixed that shit in Generations.
And then they removed the drift entirely in Forces.
What is with Sega and Sonic Team being inconsistent with their game design?
Oh, you'd love Game Freak for the Pokemon games. The amount of stuff they remove between generations is kind of sad, actually.
Why am I staying on these platforms? Because one, there's a red ring, and there's also a laser wisp, which I need to get up to the higher platform.
And you love torturing the egg bots. Those egg bots who are just doing their job and trying to create...
But they're harming the innocent wisps. This is their home planet.
They are just creating a fun theme park for all. This is Eggman's redemption, remember?
I don't know what the wisps have to say about this, considering they're all pissed and sad that they're all being harmed for their hyper-golem power for Eggman's mind control cannon. This is a little bit tense because, again, when the camera zooms out and then you've got really precise platforming to do. But once you're up here, you should be fine.
Speaking of mind control, that was Cortex's end game in Crash 2 as well.
Aye, because I think he originally wanted to make Crash his lieutenant.
General for his army.
Aye. Up we go up to the top.
Whee!
And I believe this tower right here, the way they designed Generations, obviously this in here it's split into 6 acts. I think what they did for Generations, they took the 6 acts and then put them into one massive act. Because the ending of Generations had the big tower like this as well.
Yeah, this stage was really long in Generations.
It was the longest in the game.
And it was really easy to die as well. And especially at the end where you have to keep using the rocket.
And there we go, all 5 red rings.
Yay!
That has to be an S rank because then they give you bonuses. Look at that. Straight over an A.
This should have been a 100% all red rings, all S rank playthrough. Ruined forever. No, I'm just fucking with it.
As well, and that's me hopping to show how happy I am.
I honestly thought that life to the left was going to disappear before you got it.
As alien as this place is, there's something very Eggman-ish about it.
Let's take a moment to consider that there's egg pawns, there's egg symbols on the warning signs and construction signs.
That, and it's built by Eggman.
Passing in an area still under renovation. If you are not a robot, please return to the main park areas and ignore anything evil you might have seen. Thank you.
Looks like the theme of his park is
Eggman loves to take his life seriously, doesn't he?
It's more than a theme, it's a reality.
Then again, I think his worst ever creation has to go to Eggman Land in Sonic Unleashed.
sleazeball like Eggman.
Or what was that slot machine that could make Shadow stronger?
Oh, the egg dealer.
Yeah.
Just a gambling robot.
You getting any of that?
See what I mean? Look, the wisps are harmless.
Freaked out.
And they're freaked out.
Sounds like they're in shock because of public transportation and a loony nurse.
What?
What? Oh, the nurse. Silent Hill. Crazy nurses there.
Or is that one? Isn't that or the nurse from Animaniacs?
Well, I still can't
Hello, nurse.
somebody do that.
Thank you for making me feel so old now. I've not seen that in years.
Yeah, well, I'm going to guess it wasn't ice cream shooting out of those generators.
If it was, I would get one for back home.
Dude, I'd get 2.
I know this game's was advertised towards kids, but again, I think kids deserve better in terms of story writing.
Right. Some of the dialogue is pretty funny, though.
Some of it is but some of it's
Some of it's
cringe
cringe.
worthy. Do, 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 do. On to Act 5.
I love how that's backwards, so you have to go back
Yeah.
slightly.
And this one, it's the cubes again.
Wonder how long this one's gonna be. 10 seconds. There you go.
How about that? It's like those stages in Sonic Heroes where it tells you what the boss is and it wastes time. How long's the intro? How long's the boss intro? 10 seconds. What's the A rank? 10 seconds. Oh god damn it!
Or, what was it, Forces, where the cutscenes contribute towards your overall time.
Aye.
That was stupid.
You have to be quick here because I think I turned it off for this playthrough, but this game does have a warning symbol that tells you when you're near a bottomless pit.
Oh, it has like classic Sonic on it.
No, it's just a warning sign with a yellow exclamation mark. It tells you you're approaching a bottomless pit.
Because Generations had the warning signs and it had classic Sonic on
Yeah.
it doing his death animation.
This is one of those soundtracks I can just sit back and listen to. There's now the alternate path down here is for Frenzy because it requires you to destroy the cubes, but what you get in the end is a red ring.
No red ring for you.
It's up there. The last one's up there.
Yeah, that one is. But the Frenzy one you can't get.
And yeah, these guns they're using, they're the exact same guns from Sonic Heroes. Because it's the egg pawns. And act done.
Is it possible to jump up to that early? Or
No. You're stuck in a linear path. Hey!
no S rank for you.
I still got an extra life, so I'm happy either way.
Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Go straight to hell.
Go to Gameland, Andrew.
It's calling you.
No. Don't care.
It's calling you. It's your destiny.
It's like that. It's like that fucking Tam and Still game, trying to beg Winston to go back to the bookies. Pick me, Winston. This act is a little bit tricky because it starts off with grind and then it ends with a big climb up a tower.
And those are the kind of rails where if you don't move immediately, you're gonna die.
Yeah. Because you have to do some rail switching.
Don't you love getting hit with instant kill out of nowhere, folks?
And here I go a little bit too fast for the game to catch up.
Jesus Christ. Well, if that were unleashed, the stage wouldn't load.
Yeah.
And you'd be falling off of it. That's still one of the weirdest glitches I've ever seen.
It's because the way the Hedgehog engine is designed. Where if you skip, say, the way the coding is supposed to be loading,
You'll fast enough.
you'll still get the code where you can still go on the solid objects, but the graphics won't be there. So it's like you're walking on an invisible plane or anything like that. Yeah, this sounds slow. Oh, look, another one. At least I can use the lightspeed dash, which doesn't cause the meter to go down. By the way, I don't know if it's me, but when you hear these voice announcers shouts in the Japanese version, I can't help but smile. It's just because the way they say it.
The way it's pronounced. It's Roger Craig Smith doing it here, right?
Aye, but it's not in the Japanese version. But the way they'll say it in Japanese, it's just weird. It's just it's one of those where you just can't help but smile.
Yeah.
Where it's like, Dweel, Lisa, over.
Fire to this one. Just push the button.
It's the A button you have to press. Look at these. Like, oh, you want to do all these? You want to go over the rails? No, we'll skip through it with magical rings.
I thought that was going to crush you there.
No, you have to defeat the enemies to get the platforms to descend in this part.
The way that we're coming down, it looked kind of ominous. It's like, oh, we're coming for you.
There's a shortcut all the way to the far left, but you have to use the Hop a Wisp in time.
So fucking slow.
Grab this, and then use the wall to the left.
So I'm guessing you just skip.
Yeah, I've skipped the entire climbing up the tower, plus you get red rain, and the gold rain's right underneath.
I love how he just completely messes you with the pickaxe there.
Yeah. Well, these robots have shit aim.
Wait until you're actually trying to speedrun the stage, then they'll have perfect aim. Because they always manage to hit me whenever I'm doing speedruns.
Now for the boss.
Ooh, suspense.
Not really, because this is where the... You remember those 3 bosses we fought earlier? For the next 3 areas, they're just basically upgraded versions of them. Hence this. It's the Ferris wheel again, except it's got 2 eyes and the platforms are circular instead of square. That's all it is.
I know for a fact these guys are getting harder and harder to beat.
Please remember, all planets in Eggman's incredible interstellar amusement park are, as far as you know, wholly owned properties of Eggman Enterprises and its subsidiaries. All unauthorized photography, video reproduction, or shutting down of generators is strictly prohibited.
I love Mike Pollock's work.
Yeah. And this has to be the best comeback ever for Sonic.
No copyright law in the universe is going to stop me. You can save a lot of time and broken robots if you just
I can imagine if someone said that, whoever's in charge of copyright would get absolutely pissed and then lose their shit.
That was probably a little jab at the copyright system. Boss time.
And it's just as pathetically easy as the first one.
It'd be funny if you actually managed to beat that even faster than the first one.
I don't think so. Because again, what it does is, the platform's a circuit and it also does this. Woo, 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 woo,
Around and around and around you go. Where it'll stop, no one knows.
I don't like how the camera goes like that. It's like they want to make you feel dizzy. But hit it with the spike, and that's it.
Wait, what?
Remember I told you when you hit the boss with the wisps, it does double the damage, and this only takes 3 hits. So if you have the wisp, you do 2 hits damage, and that's it. So the boss is pathetically easy. That has to be an S rank.
Yay!
In 41 seconds.
I wonder what the world record is.
Don't say that, because usually when it comes to when it comes to leaderboards, it's always in the 9s. What? It can only you mean it can only have so many 9s? Fuck, we're still tied.
No.
There, I wasn't sure I was going to pull it off. Well, who am I kidding? We both knew how this would end.
Are you talking to the broken robot who can't hear you?
Maybe. That's between me and the robot. See, the important thing here is the alien planet is free.
Absolutely.
So, we can just forget about the whole talking to dead robots thing, right?
Nope.
I knew you'd say that.
Come on.
Yeah, this is one of the best parts of the dialogue.
I've never
Right,
seen
as we
a
scold
robot
Sonic for
fight.
talking to a pile of metal, we'll see you in the next part, folks.